You are listening to A Touch of Luxury Travel with host Robin O'Neill Smith. Please subscribe to our channel. Welcome to A Touch of Luxury Travel, a travel trends episode. Once a month, we are discussing a travel trend. This month, we are talking about the travel trend of dry tripping. Mocktails, non-alcoholic look-alike drinks are gaining in popularity. And as you know, many hotels and restaurants have taken dry January and are extending the alcohol-free offerings throughout the year. This is appealing to more than just the non-drinking customers, but a growing segment of thoughtful drinkers who just want to mix it up once in a while. Many times the drinks look the same and the taste is similar. They're just non-alcoholic. In January, I was in New York City and I attended an event at the Tempo by Hilton in Times Square. And during the happy hour at their signature restaurant, Highball, they offered a list of cocktails and a matching list of free spirited drinks, reimagined to resemble their cocktail counterpart. For comparison purposes, I had one of each, a cocktail and a mocktail. I ordered the Lady in Rouge, and both were delicious. There was a slight difference in taste, but they looked just about the same. Arts and leisure writer Michael C. Upton has embraced the alcohol-free lifestyle and travels all over the country tasting various mocktails and non-alcoholic beverages. He joins us today to talk about this travel trend. Hello, today I would like to welcome Michael C. Upton, who is an art and leisure writer. Welcome, Michael.
Hello, how are you?
Good. I would like you to tell the audience a little bit about yourself and how you got on this journey of tasting all these delicious mocktails.
Okay, great. So I'm a freelance writer, and I've been covering the beverage space for a little over 25 years, actually. And 7 years ago, I decided to give up alcohol, but I didn't give up writing about the beverage space. So that led to a lot of tasting and a lot of fun stories explaining why I don't drink alcohol. And ultimately, I'm at the right place at the right time where zero proof cocktails are making a huge segue into society, and here I am. I'm just along for the ride.
So, as you said, you were here at the right time. Mocktails seem to be gaining a lot of popularity. It seems to be one of the big travel trends. So, why do you think they're becoming so popular?
Well, I think it's a combination of two things that I can boil it down to. The younger generations are really taking this on. They use a cleaner lifestyle in everything, in their travel and in their everyday life. And low alcohol or no alcohol drinks lead to that. They've embraced it. It's that younger generation that is pushing it. I'm Generation X, and we had our heyday of drinking culture, and I don't think it's translated to this newer generation, which is fine, which is pretty cool. They are doing their own thing. And the other thing is the creativity in the space now, both technology and the creativity for servers and bartenders and bar owners. You can make well-crafted cocktails and make them good and make them taste just as good as the alcoholic content cocktails now. It's not just putting fruit juice in with a 7-Up and calling that a mocktail. You can have Negronis that taste like Negronis. You can have gin that tastes like gin. And it's everywhere from, mass-produced products to bars and restaurants that are making in-house cocktails, additives to create these great tasting drinks.
It's really interesting. I know I've had a number of mocktails when I've been on press trips, and if they didn't tell me it was non-alcoholic, I would not have known the difference. So I think we've really come a long way with, used to be you could get it one or two places, you could get like a virgin daiquiri or something like that, but now it seems like there's a much wider variety.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was something that really, big cities adopted it first, and like every trend. But even in the smaller towns and smaller cities now, restaurants and bars they have something, at least one or two drinks on the menu that are, mocktails or zero proof cocktails. Great.
So as you travel around the country, do you try non-alcoholic drinks at every destination you visit?
Everywhere that has one on the menu, for sure. Absolutely. And I also want to support the restaurants and the bartenders that are creating these. It's a new thing for them to be able to bring people in and, appeal to people like me who are, it's either drink water or I get a fancy drink, and I'd much rather have a fancy drink for sure.
Right. Now, do you ever drink the alcoholic drinks or do you just stick with the dry beverages?
I stick with the dry beverages, but I will taste. As a writer, I'm going to have to describe what I am going into if I'm going to a winery. But I will treat beers and spirits the same way, like a sommelier would treat wine. The old swish and spit method. So
Yeah.
sometimes I do a lot of explaining or runs to the restroom, but
Yeah.
yeah, I will taste it all. And I also have a dedicated group of friends I travel with sometimes, and my wife, and she acts as my designated drinker sometimes.
Oh, that's cute, a designated drinker.
Yeah.
So, of all the places that you visited, where do you find the largest variety of mocktails or dry beverages?
It again, the cities are on top of all the current trends. So, you go to New York City, you go to Philadelphia, or at least I go to New York City, I go to Philadelphia, I go to Washington, D.C. a lot. Um, those places all have great offerings, but little cities. I was in Fort Wayne a couple months ago. Great cocktails, zero proof cocktails there. Lancaster, PA, was close to me. They've got a great program. So it's all encompassing. The zero proof drinker is not a specific demographic. We're from all over. We're young, we're old, we're everything. So it appeals to everybody. So seems like everybody's getting on board.
That's great. So, of all the places you visited and tasted, what's been your favorite non-alcoholic drink?
Oh my goodness.
And where did you get it?
Well, so I guess I'm biased because it's nearby, but in Lancaster there's a bar called Proof, and they make a Negroni, and Negronis are great, absolutely wonderful. It's three ingredients, and they really adapt well to zero proof spirits. There's something that these creative bartenders can really whip up one really well. My favorite drink of all time is a Sazerac. I have yet to find somebody that can make a Sazerac zero proof. I'm waiting. Somebody out there, show me one.
Yeah, so anybody listening, if you make that drink, here you have someone that wants to write about it.
I will travel for that.
So speaking of traveling, have you, and I think you have taken trips solely to focused on the dry beverages that they have to offer?
Yeah, so I write a lot about the brewing industry as well. So I'll go to a lot of breweries for sure, and I've always loved going to the ones that offer a low ABV beer or no ABV beer. But yeah, if I'm in a city and I'm going somewhere and I know that there's a restaurant that is going to have a strong program, the zero proof alcohol program, I'm going to go to that place. Like La Cinesca in Philly There's a Michelle's in DC, great. Like I specifically went to those cities like at those times to go and check those out.
So have you ever attended, been invited to experience a vacation or a trip that is solely focused on being dry? Everything you did involved the dry tripping?
No, I haven't. I'd sign me up. That's
Okay.
for
Well,
sure.
that's one of the new trends, that this dry tripping that involves a complete experience around non-alcoholic beverages. So everything is focused on non-alcoholic. So hopefully some of the people that responded and said they had these types of things will reach out to you and invite you to come visit and experience them.
It makes sense too because wellness travel is such a hot topic now too, and you know, wellness and zero proof drinking is go hand in hand. So it makes sense.
Yes, they do go hand in hand. And I think that for people to have the option is wonderful because you're out in a public place and you don't want to be ostracized. It's wonderful to be able to have a mocktail. Nobody knows the difference whether you're drinking an alcoholic drink or a non-alcoholic drink.
Yeah.
So I noticed you write a lot about the mocktails. How does your audience respond? Do they comment much? Do they want
Oh yeah.
to experience the same thing you're experiencing?
My audience is very vocal when it comes to zero proof uh, cocktails and low ABV beers. Whenever I publish something along those lines, uh, I get inundated with questions, usually just suggestions like, hey, have you tried this? Or recommendations. Hey,
That's great.
I tried this and I didn't like it. Can you tell me something else that might taste like that and make it better? So yeah, and it's every space too. So I get an email every once in a while, but you know, Facebook, Instagram, but even on LinkedIn, like I'll have
Wow.
professionals that I've worked with before. I'll be like, Michael, I saw your story. I love gin. I don't drink anymore. Tell me what to drink. So
Yeah. So they're looking at you as the expert, the authority in this area.
yeah, they really want to know what I like. So that's great.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah. So do you think this trend will continue to grow, or is it something that you think after a year or two will fizzle?
Well, of course I'm biased. So yeah, it's gonna grow forever, right? Um, yeah, I think this is a trend that is beyond a trend. It's the staying power is already there. So in 2022, at the end of the year, the non-alcoholic spirits industry, that market was $11 billion. And so if you take another trend and you put that up against it, hard seltzers. Everybody knows what hard seltzers are. They're everywhere, right? That was $13 billion in the same year.
Wow.
And this is 2022. So you fast forward through now and all the new brands that are on the market. Every time I used to like to say I've tried like 75% of what's out there. I can't keep up anymore. Every time I turn around, there's a new brand or a new product on the market for zero or low ABV. Yeah, I think it's here to stay. And especially with the younger generation being the driving force of most of this, it's here.
Well, that's good news for all of us. Is there anything you would like to add and tell the audience that I haven't asked you about?
Um, no, just encourage your local establishment to get something on the menu if they don't have it. Um, this is fairly new for everyone. We've all had like mocktails throughout the years and stuff, but making quality craft cocktails with zero proof spirits is something new, and it's something you know bartenders are creative. They want to learn this. They want to do these new things. So if they know someone wants those drinks, they're going to put them on the menu because it's going to make them money.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a very interesting and enlightening conversation for me. I didn't realize they were quite as big as they seem to be, and this trend is moving forward. So I look forward to having you back again. Maybe next time we'll have a bartender who mixes up these drinks on with us to
Hey, I know,
discuss this.
I know a couple for sure.
Oh, great. Okay, well, thank you very much for being a guest, and I look forward to uh, drinking a few mocktails with you in the future.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. As Michael points out, dry drinks are everywhere. And here are a few notable places to go that are dry. I talked about the Tempo by Hilton in New York City. There's also the resort at Paws Up in Montana. It's a family-owned luxury resort and a working cattle ranch located in Greenough, Montana. Even in the heart of the party place of Key West, locals and tourists alike can find dry drinks. The Four Flamingos in Key West, Florida, has offerings like the watermelon mint refresher. That sounds yummy, doesn't it? And Chicago, on the iconic Magnificent Mile, Michael Jordan's Steakhouse offers an extensive non-alcoholic cocktail list year-round to their guests. And their bar provides an elevated sports bar atmosphere where sober and sober curious travelers can get excited to watch their favorite games without the pressure to drink. And there are places that are going above and beyond just offering dry drinks. They are offering full dry tripping experiences. Places like Baltimore's vibrant dining scene that has lots of zero proof drinks, but they are also home to Hopscotch Bottle Shop. This is the first non-alcoholic bottle shop in the state. It's not only a retail destination, but also a community hub for tastings, classes, and events educating those who are sober curious or sober serious about an alcoholic-free lifestyle. And then there is the Deer Path Inn on the outskirts of Chicago. They have a celebrated cocktail program, but just this year, they designed programming for the sober conscious traveler. And this new zero proof programming includes a bookable zero proof hotel package featuring in-suite do-it-yourself mocktail mixology kits, a private mocktail mixology lesson with the inn's chief spirits officer, and a take-home gift for at-home mocktail making. Now that sounds like a wonderful little getaway to me. Hotel Zaza is a luxury boutique hotel brand with properties in Dallas, Austin, and Houston, offering the Healthy You package to help guests become their healthiest selves while they stay. Guests booking overnight accommodations can add the Healthy You package that includes a mocktail credit each evening. And Philadelphia is also embracing the dry culture trend with restaurants like Bolo offering mocktails to a full-fledged dry bar like the Volstead. They also have a growing community centered around booze-free living, evident in a surge of events like the recent Dry Vibes Sober Festival and other events held at location 215. So there are a lot of opportunities and expansion in this dry tripping travel trend. Let us know in the comments if you know a place offering fantastic mocktails or other zero alcohol drinks. You can find more options for places to find dry drinks in the February issue of Extended Weekend Getaways.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of A Touch of Luxury Travel. This episode was created in conjunction with Extended Weekend Getaways magazine. You can find links to our guests and Extended Weekend Getaways magazine in the show notes. Please take a moment to like and subscribe to this channel for more video about travel and travel trends.